Hello and welcome back. So in the last few lectures, we learned about different types of relation which can exist between two data entities like one-to-one relation, one-to-many relation, and many-to-many relation. And we also learned how to decide which approach we should be using for implementing relationship between two data entities, whether we should use embedded document approach or should we use reference approach. Now, when we use embedded document approach, all the related data is present in the same collection. So in that case, we don't have to query multiple collections. We can query a single collection and fetch all the related data. But when we are using referencing approach, in that case, in one document, we store a reference to other documents present in other collection. So if we want to fetch all the related data, in that case, we will have to query multiple collections. And in this lecture, I'm going to show you how we can query multiple collections in order to get all the related data using lookup operator. So let's go to Mongo Shell. In here, what I have done is, if you remember in one of the lectures, we inserted some documents in the users collection. So if I say db.users.find, it is going to return us all the user documents, as you can see. Now, I have also created one products collection. Okay, so if I say show collections, and if I press enter, you will see that currently we have two collections, users and products. And in this products collection also, I have added some documents. So if I say db.products.find, it is going to return us all the product documents which we have in the products collection, as you can see. Okay, so we have user collection with some user documents and we have product collection with some product documents. Now I will share the documents which we have in this products collection. So here I have a file called products.json. So basically what I have done is, as you can see here, we have an array. In that array, we have some product documents. So I copied this array and I passed it to insert many method in order to insert these documents in the products collection. Okay, just like how we inserted the user documents in the users collection, we copied this array and we passed it to this insert many method. In the same way, I created this products collection and in that I inserted some documents. So those documents are present in this products.json file. And I'm going to share this file with you so that you can also go ahead and use it and insert it in the products collection. Now, apart from products.json file and users.json file, I also have this orders.json file. And in this file, we have an array of order documents. And each order document has this order date, and an order will be made by some customer. In our case, an order will be made by some user. So we also have this customer ID field to which we are assigning the object ID of one of the user documents. So let me go ahead and let me query the user collection one more time. So here we have all our users, and you will notice that for this first order, the object ID is same as the object ID of this first user. So it ends with 6B03D. Here also it ends with 6B03D. And for the second order also, the same user has made second order. So this first user, he has also made this second order. So there also to this customer ID, I have assigned the ID of this first customer. Then for the third order, I have assigned the ID of the second customer. So the ID of the second customer ends with 86B03E. And here also you will see that this object ID ends with 86B03E. So for the third order, fourth order, and this fifth order, these three orders are placed by this second user, this user, Jane Smith. Okay, and along with that, in each order document, we also have this products array. And this products array is storing object IDs from the product collection. So let me go ahead and let me query the product collection. And you will see, if I scroll up, the first product ID ends with 6B01D. And here you will see that for the first order, the products array contains an object ID which ends with 6V01D. So this object ID is basically the object ID of this product, this iPhone 15 Pro Max. In the same way, in the products array, I have also assigned the object IDs of other products. And I have already done this in order to save some time. So what I'm going to do is, we already have products collection, We already have users collection. Now I'm going to create orders collection. So here I'm going to copy this array. Let's go to MongoJS file, and there to this insert many, let me remove this array, and here I'm going to pass the orders array which we have just copied. And also I want to insert these documents in the orders collection. So here the collection name will be orders. Currently this orders collection is not present, but when we are calling this insert many method, first it is going to create this orders collection, and then it is going to insert these documents in that orders collection. So let me go ahead and let me copy this command. Let's scroll down and let's also clear the shell first. And let me go ahead and let me paste the insert many command which we have just copied. And let's go ahead and let's press enter. So you will see that 5 orders are inserted in the orders collection. Now what I'm going to do is, on the orders collection, let's go ahead and let's use find one method. Here we can also use find method, but I'm going to use find one method because I only want to query one document. Let's say maybe the first document. So here I'm going to use the object ID of the first document to query it. If I don't pass anything here, in that case also this find one is going to return us the first document. Okay, but still I'm going to pass a filter object here. So here I want to filter the document based on its ID. And what is the ID value? It is this object ID. If I press enter, you see it has returned us the first document. So here we can see the underscore ID of the order. We can see the order date. We can see the customer ID who has made this order, and in the products array we can see the ID of the products which was purchased for this order. Now here what I want is, instead of seeing the customer ID, I want to see the actual customer details. Now the customer details is present in the users collection. Here we only have the object ID of the customer document who has made this order. We don't have other details like the name of the customer or the gender of the customer or any other detail about the customer. So here instead of fetching only the object ID of the customer document, of the user document, I want to fetch the complete detail of that user document. How can we do that? For that, we can use lookup operator and aggregation framework. Now, we have not learned about aggregation framework in MongoDB yet, but we are going to learn about it in great detail in the future lectures of this course. But for now, let's use the lookup operator of aggregation framework in order to query multiple collections. Okay, so as I mentioned, the lookup operator is present in the aggregation framework of MongoDB. So what we need to do is, here the main document which we want to query is this orders document, right? So here we can say db.orders. Now instead of using find method, now we are going to use aggregate method. This aggregate method is used in aggregation framework, and we will talk about it in great detail. Okay, now to this aggregate framework, we need to pass the lookup operator because here we want to query multiple collections. So for that, we are going to use the lookup operator. The lookup operator allows us to fetch data from two related documents where the relation is created using reference approach. As you can see here, the relation between the orders collection and the users collection is done using the referencing. Here we are storing the object ID of one of the documents in the users collection. In the same way, this orders collection is also related to this products collection, because here in the orders collection, in the orders document, we are also storing the object ID from products collection. So here we want to query multiple collections. We want to query two collections. Here, instead of showing the customer ID, I want to show the complete detail of the customer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the command first in the mongo.js file here. So we can say db.orders.aggregate. Okay, now to this aggregate function, we need to pass an object. Now here we can also pass an array. Here I'm passing this object because if you see, this customer ID is storing a single object ID. It is not storing an array like this products field. It is storing a single object ID. That means here we are going to receive a single object. That's why I'm specifying this object syntax here, the curly braces. In there, we are going to use dollar $lookup operator. And to this, again, we need to assign an object, a document, and in here, we need to specify some properties. For example, our main collection which we want to query is orders collection. And in this orders collection, we are storing a reference of a user document in this customer ID field. So from here, which other collection do we want to query? For that, we can use this from, and here we can specify the collection which we want to query. In this case, we want to query the users collection. Then we also need to specify what is the local field in this orders collection which is storing a reference. So for that, we can use another property called local field. And what is the name of the local field which is storing the reference? In this case, it is customer ID. So let's specify that. Then another property which we need to specify here is what is the foreign field. So in the orders collection, this customer ID is storing a reference. It is storing a reference from the users collection. But in the users collection, which field is storing this object ID? In the users collection, the underscore ID field is storing that object ID. So here the property name will be foreign field. Okay, and here the foreign field will be underscore ID. As you can see, to all these fields, we are assigning a string value. Finally, we can also specify an alias for the field which will store the details which will be fetched from the users collection. So here for specifying an alias, we can use as, and then we can specify a value here which is going to store the details which we are going to fetch from the collection. So here I'm going to call it as customer info. Okay, now let me copy this command here, and here I'll just say clear the shell. And now let me paste that command. And now if I press enter, you will see, so let's take an example of one document, maybe the first document. You will see from the orders collection, we still have the underscore ID field, we have the order date, we have the customer ID, and we also have this products array. And apart from that, we also have another field called customer info. This is the same name which we specified here as an alias. And in that customer info, you will see that it has returned us an array, and in that array we have one user document. So which user has made this order? John Doe has made that order. So you can see this ID which is assigned to this customer ID field, and this ID which is assigned to this ID field of the document which we have received, it is same. So here in this customer info, we are receiving a user document, and this user document, it has been queried from the users collection. And to query this document from the users collection, we have used its object ID. Okay, so in this way, using lookup operator and aggregation framework, we can query multiple collections. Now, another example which I want to show you is here for each order, we also have this products array. And this products array is also storing a reference from the products collection. Now here, this products array is storing multiple references, right? So when we are going to use lookup in order to fetch all the products which has been purchased for that order, here we cannot pass an object like this. Instead, we will have to pass an array, because here we are going to receive a list of documents. We are not going to receive a single document. We are going to receive a list of documents. And then we also need to change these properties. So this time we are going to query the products collection also. So along with the orders collection, we also want to query the products collection. The local field here is the products array. So products. Then the foreign field is going to be underscore ID, because these object IDs will be assigned to the underscore ID field of each product document. And here, let's specify an alias and let's call it purchased products. Now let me go and let me run this command. So this time I have passed an array because I know that for this one, we are going to receive a list of products. Let me go and let me clear the shell. Let's paste that command and let me press enter. And If I scroll up, so let's look at the last document. So in this document, in this orders document, you can see the order ID, you can see the order date, you can see the customer ID, and in this order, these 5 products were purchased. So here we can only see the object ID of those products. But if I scroll down, you will also see another field added here, which is purchased products. So here I have a spelling mistake, but anyway, here you can see another field called purchased products. And in that array, basically this field is assigned with an array, and in that array, you can see all the product documents which was purchased for that order. So using the reference, we have fetched all the product documents from the products collection using the lookup operator and aggregation framework. So this is how you can use this lookup operator to fetch data from 2 related documents. But here keep in mind that the 2 documents should be related using reference approach. Alright, so this is all I wanted to cover in this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Now we are going to learn more about aggregation framework as well as querying multiple collections in great detail in our coming lectures. But for now, I just wanted to give you a glimpse of how we can query more than one collection using aggregation framework and lookup operator.